You ever have one of those mornings where you're just minding your own business, getting your weekend started, then suddenly it turns into a full-blown legal shootout with half the neighborhood watching? Yeah, that was me last Saturday. Sweat stinging my eyes, old push mower rattling in my grip, credence blasting in my ears, and the next thing I know, a convoy of SUVs is blocking my driveway like I'm the last pancake at a church breakfast. I'm not kidding, it was the sort of scene you usually only see in those HOA horror story threads online, except I was living it for real. And let me tell you, you can't just click away from the crazy. It started off so ordinary smell of fresh cut grass, cheap gas, Texas sun burning my shoulders and my earbuds, nearly drowning out the sound of my mower. I'm halfway across the front yard just enjoying a rare quiet Saturday when I catch some movement down by the mailbox. I glance up and there it is. First a black SUV, then a white minivan with Willow Realty Group smeared across the side and enough gold vinyl to blind you at high noon. Before I can even blink, two more SUVs crawl up behind them like they're afraid to miss out on the action. I yank out an earbud squint, and wouldn't you know it, here comes Karen. Yeah, that Karen. HOA President linen blazer, wedge heels, clipboard clutched like it's a sword and a face set to perpetually disappointed. She's got a realtor beside her blazer way too tight, plus some folks who look like they just stepped off a Dallas house hunting show, and a couple more clipboard warriors following behind. It's a whole open house parade, except it's happening on my front lawn, and far as I know, I never listed my house for sale. Karen doesn't miss a beat. She pushes through the gate. Yeah, I left it unlocked, my bad. I'll never make that mistake again, and stops dead when she sees me. For a split second, she looks shocked, like I'm the one trespassing. Then she just smirks. "Oh, you're still here," she says, glancing at her watch like I've kept her waiting for brunch. "You had until 1 a.m. last night to vacate. We discussed this." I just stare at her, sweat rolling down my neck, not sure if I'm awake. "The hell we did," I say. She snaps her fingers. "Yes, we did. You are served. This property's been designated for transition under HOA Article 17C. It's a communal development lot now, and this is a scheduled viewing. Please don't interfere." Now, I'm not a man who's quick to anger, but you can only poke the bear so many times. I cut the mower. "Lady, you're trespassing. One more step and I'm calling the sheriff." She ignores me. The realtor's smile, bright enough to shatter glass, steps forward. "Mr. Bowen, I'm Clint from Willow Realty. Thanks for cooperating in this transition. We're expecting strong offers today." I blink at him. "You're thanking me for selling my house, which I never agreed to sell." Karen jumps back in, waving a piece of paper. "Your property was forfeited due to non-renewal of your usage declaration. It defaulted into HOA jurisdiction. We have it on record." I nearly laughed. "You got nothing. I paid my taxes 3 days ago. I bought this house outright at a state auction. I've been here sweating and mowing and planting tomatoes every single season since. This is mine." The couple in the driveway glance at each other. Karen flaps her folder like it's the law. "This is the declaration of forfeiture signed by the HOA Executive Committee. Section 9.1, your lot is now a shared amenity." The realtor chimes in. "We're excited about turning this into a meditation pavilion and walking trail. Great vision, Mr. Bowen." That's when I pull my phone out and dial the sheriff. "Yeah, it's Jared Bowen out on Ridge Lane. I got 6 strangers walking around my property claiming it's for sale. Can you send someone?" Karen tries to make it sound like I missed my chance. "You had a 20-hour window, sir. You didn't respond. That's on you." Meanwhile, the buyers are poking around my backyard like it's a flea market. One guy is literally measuring my deck. A woman in heels is tiptoeing across my gravel, waving her phone around. I walk back to the gate and slam it shut. Nobody's going anywhere on this property. You want to explain this to the sheriff? Go ahead. For a split second, Karen looks rattled, but she regroups. "This is highly inappropriate," she huffs. "No, what's inappropriate is showing up to a man's home with a for sale sign and a bunch of lies," I snap back. The realtor tries to play peacemaker. "Look, let's all be civil." But I cut him off. There's nothing civil about standing on land you don't own and trying to sell it. Leave or let the cops drag you out. Karen steps closer, lowering her voice. You can't stop progress, Mr. Bowen. This community has spoken. I grinned, teeth and all. Yeah, well, I'm not part of your community. I'm the guy with the deed. And you could feel the air shift. The crowd started to back up, looking like they'd just realized they walked into the wrong wedding. The sheriff's cruiser finally rolls up West Side on a day like that. Deputy Lamb steps out. He and I know each other from the courthouse days. Solid guy, no nonsense. Morning, Jared. What's going on here? I tell him. Karen interrupts, says I was given proper notice that she's reclaiming assets for the HOA. She waves her folder around. Lum takes a look. Ma'am, this is a private HOA document, not a county record. You got anything from the assessor or the registrar? Karen bristles. We operate under a different jurisdictional framework, she says. The county ratifies our records. Lum is all deadpan, When did they ratify this? She hesitates. That process is ongoing. I can't help it. I snort. Lum hands back the folder. Ma'am, you can't just vote to take someone's house. You got anything official from the county? She tries to pivot, calls me non-compliant, says, I've abandoned my lot. I hold up my tax receipts, my deed registration. Lum reads it all. Paid, registered, occupied. Not even close to abandoned. He turns to Karen. Ma'am, you and these folks need to leave. Now. Or you'll be cited for trespass. Realtor gets nervous, says he thought this was a legitimate sale, even flashes a contract. Layum just stares at him. You got a sale contract for a house you don't own. The guy turns pale. Karen hisses, This isn't over. Our attorney will be in touch. I just smile. Tell your lawyer to bring crayons and show me where it says you own my house. Everyone clears out except Karen, who lingers, lips so tight they look stapled. You'll regret humiliating me, she whispers. I step close. Try me again, and the only regret you'll have is which prison has air conditioning. She flees. Lom pulls me aside. I'd keep all your paperwork handy. Something stinks. I nod, like fraud and garden mulch. He laughs. Tells me to call him direct if she tries anything else. I barely sleep that night, part stubbornness, part adrenaline. By dawn, I'm sitting outside the Travis County Property Office with a thermos waiting for them to open. The clerk Elliott finds my deed, my history all clean. But then he pulls out a document I've never seen, a notice of non-usage and abandonment filed by the High Creek Bluff HOA. It's not official, he says. Flagged as unauthorized. We get a few of these every year from HOAs that overreach. I take the doc to zoning. Lynn, sharp as a tack, says, You're the guy with the buffer property, right? She pulls up memos showing the HOA tried to annex my lot twice. Both denied. They even listed your parcel as target for eventual acquisition. I nearly choke. By noon, I'm calling my lawyer Sandra meaner than a snake with a toothache. I want their HOA charter duct taped to a tombstone. I tell her she's calm. Let's start with information. She finds 2 other homeowners who got similar notices. One sold the others in court. She promises to dig deeper. That night, I double-check every scrap of paperwork I own, install new motion sensors, and lock down everything from the back gate to the power meter. I'm done playing defense. Next morning, Sandra texts, Call me. We have a pattern. Turns out it's a template, fake signatures, meetings that never happened, dates that don't exist. Willow Realty, same company that tried to sell my house, is in on all of them. They're running a pipeline. I mutter fake abandonment, fake board votes, then a sale before the owner even knows. Sandra files public records requests, and the documents we get back, all the executive committee signatures are ghosts. No tax records, no addresses, not even real people. Every file, every meeting minute, every rezoning request created on the same day. Sloppy, desperate. We even find a silent auction listing signed by Karen putting my parcel up as secured pending HOA approval. At this point, I'm not just mad, I'm on a mission. I file a fraud complaint call in the local news. Reporter Jana comes out, films everything. Segment airs HOA or land thieves, and it blows up. Suddenly, neighbors are calling me with their own stories, bulldozed sheds, driveway, claims, abandoned easements. Sandra gets an emergency injunction, no more sales transfers or construction near my property. Next day, I catch an assessor on my fence line. He says Karen sent him. I hand him the injunction. Any further interference is contempt of court. He leaves without a word. Sandra's digging uncovers it all. Fake meetings, forged maps, board votes by dead homeowners, you name it. Then out of nowhere, a twist, a former HOA accountant named Dana steps up. She's got a USB full of proof, altered budgets, fake restoration invoices, property absorption schedules. My parcel is labeled Phase 1 Transitional Occupancy. That's when it hits me. This wasn't just about me. It was a land grab masked as beautification built on fake documents and fake people. Sandra brings in the DA. The DA brings in the fraud squad. Next thing I know, 2 investigators are on my porch reviewing every document, every video, every scrap of evidence. They're connecting dots, another HOA in the next county, same scam, same realtor. A judge freezes all property transfers. Karen sends a goon to staple an orange notice on my fence. I flash the restraining order, threaten contempt of court. He slinks off, but not before tossing the notice like a toddler. I mutter, "It's just getting good." Over the next days, HOA members start jumping ship. The realty office gets swarmed. Karen. She vanishes, cleans out $60,000 from the HOA fund, and disappears. I figure she's run for the border, but I'm not worried. The warrant will go federal if she doesn't show. And sure enough, 2 days later, the marshals pick her up trying to cross into Louisiana on her sister's ID. 8 felony counts: real estate fraud, forgery, misappropriation. Bail denied. Friday's hearing is wild. Karen shows up in cuffs, looking like all the wind's gone out of her sails. The judge makes it clear my land was never HOA, all their actions voided, board placed under state supervision. Karen's assets frozen. The buyers are filing their own lawsuits. I step outside and breathe for the first time in months. I'd defended more than my yard. I'd exposed a rotten machine. Cleanup comes fast. City crews tear down the for sale signs, remove the realtor banners, haul off Karen's tacky little gate. I watch arms crossed, feeling the kind of satisfaction you only get when you've stared down a bully and didn't blink. After the dust settles, investigators find Karen's been siphoning HOA funds for years. Fake landscaping contracts, private accounts, nearly $700,000 gone. The state sues for restitution. Her trial comes quick. Her old board throws her under the bus to save themselves. The jury doesn't need convincing. 15 years, no parole. Real estate fraud, conspiracy, falsification. She's done. And me, I put up a 12-foot iron fence cameras on every post copper sign at the gate. This is not your HOA's backyard. Trespassers will face federal charges. People slow down and stare, but they keep moving. Doesn't matter if they remember my story or if they're just curious. This house isn't for sale. This land isn't up for discussion. And every Saturday you'll find me right out front, mower in hand, sweat on my brow, credence in my ears, cutting my own damn grass. So let me ask you, what would you do if your own neighbors tried to steal your home? Not with a crowbar, but with a clipboard and a handshake. Would you fight back? Drop your thoughts down below. Let's hear your take on justice, property rights, or just share your craziest HOA story. And if you want more tales of truth winning out over petty power, go ahead and hit subscribe. The saga never really ends, does it? Never.